If someone offered you Batman's life for a weekend, you'd take it, right?
Of course.
You'd get the car, the physique, the money, the gear. And I mean just Batman. You don't have to do any of the boring Bruce Wayne stuff. By day, you could sleep in every room of Wayne Manor. But at night, you have to be the Batman. You've seen the movies, you've read the comics, and you're not a bad person. You're probably thinking,
Yeah, I could be Batman.
but being Batman isn't about doing donuts in the Batmobile or posing in the suit, even though, I mean, eventually you would have to. It's kind of part of the job. But being Batman really means inserting yourself into danger, putting real fear in the hearts of real people, taking on other people's trauma and dishing out a little bit of head trauma of your own. In Gotham, that could be anything, from a petty mugger to a guy blasting civilians with a freeze ray. But Gotham is just a metaphor, a fictional fallen city designed to show us exactly how ugly things could be, wrapped in noir and spectacle because it's easier to swallow that way. But let's drop the fantasy. Just go to your nearest major city after midnight. That's Gotham. The broken street lamp, the corner you only stand on if you're desperate, the scream somebody heard but nobody checks on. You'd be the one to check on it. And again, you might be thinking,
Okay, my city's not that bad. Maybe rough in some spots, but I could still be Batman.
and to that I'd say, maybe so. But there's one catch. You're still you. Sure, you get the money, the resources, the body. I'll even give you the combat training and detective skills. But you don't get his actual superpower, restraint. See, none of the things I mentioned before are what sets Batman apart. It's actually his ability to invite himself into hell and not let it inside. It's sharing space with evil and not becoming it. It's going tip to tip with the devil and calling him gay for it. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. No, but seriously. Friday night, night one. Let's assume all the trivial stuff goes perfectly. You know, Alfred's already prepped everything, taught you how to pee in the suit and all of that. You're good to go. You hit the rooftops and scan the city in detective mode. The cape's flowing, the boots feel heavy in that satisfying way. You're locked in. And maybe you even chase a thug through a back alley, stop a mugging, or beat up a whole group of bad guys at once. And for a second, you actually feel like Batman. Pretty sick, right? But here's the truth. You're going to be at it all night. And as the hours go on, it becomes clear. You can't save everyone. Not even close. And the longer you keep it up, the heavier it gets. Your muscles ache. Your thoughts spiral. You're in for a night full of heinous crime and terror, the likes of which you'd never seen. Stuff that sticks to your ribs. Stuff that crawls into your head when it's quiet. And at some point, you'll start to wonder if you're even making a difference at all. Let's say it's the end of the night. You're ready to call it. The sun's creeping in. But then you hear it. A scream. Sounds like a kid. And even though you're running on fumes, you go, because that's what Batman would do. So you drop in just in time to see the worst part. You were too late, and the scumbag who did it is laughing like it's a joke, or like it means nothing to him. So now it's the end of the night. You've been looking at faces like this all night. The faces like his that don't feel guilt, or the faces of the people they hurt. And you should be asleep, but instead, you're standing in a slum, watching the aftermath of something that you couldn't stop. And here's the worst part. You can't kill him. You want to. You could. Easily. But you won't. Because Batman doesn't cross that line. So you rough him up a bit and throw him with the rest of the trash. But now you have to sleep while the sun's up and remembering everything you just lived through. And when the sun sets again on Saturday, you've got to do it all over again. Because that's what Batman is. Both the unstoppable force and the immovable object. Just someone who keeps going. So I guess the question isn't, could you be Batman for a weekend? It's, would you want to? Let me know in the comments, what do you think would be the hardest part? The violence, the trauma, the loneliness? And if you like this, consider sticking around for more pop culture deep dives. Thanks for watching.